So this week on Sesame Street, the Count is the manager of the local bank. And in walks Big Bird, and Big Bird has $100. He goes, "Hi, Count, this is my nest egg, and I would like to put it in your bank." And the Count says, "Well, that's wonderful, Big Bird. Good job saving up money. So because you're going to let us keep your money for 1 year, we are going to pay you 2% interest. That means you're going to earn 2% at the end of 1 year." Well, Big Bird's excited because he's going to have more money than he had before, so he goes away. The next day, Cookie Monster walks into the bank and he says, "I want to make cookies for everybody on Sesame Street. I need $100 to buy all the supplies. Can I borrow $100? Well, the Count says, "I will be happy to loan you $100. Big Bird happened to bring in $100 yesterday, so I'm going to loan you $100. At the end of a year, you will have to pay back interest, and that interest rate is going to be 12%. Well, Cookie Monster says that sounds like a good deal, so he leaves with the $100. So a year goes by, and it's time for Cookie Monster to pay back his loan. So he walks into the bank and he says, "Hi, Count." And Count says, "Hey, Cookie Monster, do you have your loan payment?" And Cookie Monster says, "I sure do. You told me it was 12%. So 12% of 100 is $12. So I have $112 to pay you back." And the Count says, "Well, thank you very much for doing business with my bank." So Cookie Monster leaves and he is happy. He has paid back his loan. Well, Big Bird walks in and he is so excited. "I just spoke to the Property Brothers and I'm going to redo my nest and I'd like to pull the money out of my account." So the Count says, "Well, let's look and see how much money you have in your account, Big Bird." And he says, "Well, you put in $100 and I told you I was going to pay 2% interest. So that means you have $102 in your account. So here is your $102 and good luck on your remodeling project." So Big Bird leaves and he's excited. But the Count is even more excited because the Count has $10. How did he end up with $10? Well, that's the bank's profit. They charge more interest than they pay. So let's talk about the words that we had. So some of the words were principal. A deposit and a loan are principal. So Big Bird deposited $100 and that's a principal, and Cookie Monster borrowed $100 in a loan, and that's also called principal. And then the Count said, "Well, the bank is going to pay a rate, an interest rate." And he said, "Big Bird, I'll pay you 2%, which we would write as 0.02. And Cookie Monster, I will charge you 12%, which we would write as 0.12. Then that is the interest. So interest is also money, and it is either earned or paid as well. Then the last term we have is time, and time is always in years. So in our example, it was just 1 year, so it got multiplied by 1. But if we had 9 months, we would have to put that in years, so that would be 9 over 12, because 9 months out of 12 months, which is a year, 18 months would be a year and a half. So now, how do we use these different terms to come up with how much interest? Well, the formula is interest equals principal times rate times time. where I and P are money, rate is written as a decimal, and time, T, is in years.